I want to kind of put into perspective just how bad it is for comic book movies right now, especially Shazam and Ant-Man, and maybe even Guardians of the Galaxy 3. Now, I'm not saying Guardians of the Galaxy 3 is going to underperform. I'm saying it'll be interesting to see how well that movie does, because isn't it interesting that these movies did so bad? And a lot of people are saying, well, you know, it's a comic book thing or comic book fatigue, and people are tired of franchises, or all the excuses that they're making. They don't want to go to theaters, yet you have Creed 3 doing well. That's a franchise. Scream 6 doing well. That's a franchise. They just don't have bloated budgets. That might be a thing. They're a little bit more profitable compared to these movies, which, you know, they have these huge bloated budgets. And I think the comic book brand, people are a little worried, especially of Marvel. They're a little worried. It used to be you would walk in and be like, well, you're going to get a quality movie here. These are good movies, even if they're not great. They're usually pretty damn good. And I think that trust is gone now. It's always been there with DC. They've never had a lot of trust. It's just been an inferior product. But compare how these are performing to John Wick 4, which is targeting a franchise record of $115 global million. This is the global pull that this movie is likely to bring in. It's pretty huge. And from what I understand, the first one only made like $75 million. So like this is a pretty big deal. And this is also a franchise. People out there saying that there's franchise fatigue and all of these things, and people don't want to go to the theaters. Are you sure about that? The other thing this movie has, which I'm kind of surprised, is a big critic reception, a very positive critical reception. 94% for John Wick 4. I hear this movie's amazing. I saw Chris Gore on Nerdrotic's stream the other day praising this movie, saying how amazing it is. You might be onto something here. I'm curious to how great this movie is. I do plan on seeing it. Whether or not I'll see it this weekend, I don't know. I'm going to try to see it tomorrow. I do want to watch this movie. 94%. We'll come back to these reviews in a minute, but I want to go over this because it really does silence a lot of the excuses for Shazam and Ant-Man. You know, Zachary Levi is out here talking about marketing. I haven't seen a lot of marketing for John Wick 4 either. These things kind of should carry themselves at this point. Maybe it's just that the word of mouth for these is just that they're bad. Though I actually hear Shazam was okay from some people. I have not seen the movie. At this point, I'll just wait for it to go to streaming because it's going to come out for streaming next month. I pulled up the wrong article. Forgot the rap is under paywall. But we've talked about these movies enough. Let's talk about John Wick 4. No, there won't be any finger pointing at the box office this weekend over a franchise film failing to open. That's because Lionsgate Thunder Road Films' John Wick Chapter 4 looks to not only reinvigorate the tentpole heavy spring, but also debut to a franchise record of $115 million in worldwide box office. Broken out, that's 65 through 70 million in the U.S., Canada, and another 45 million abroad. It's pretty impressive if you think about it. Pretty impressive. So all of this franchise fatigue, I think that's bullshit. Especially when you consider that most of the big tent poles that have come out this month are franchises. And as I said, Creed and Scream are doing great. Those are doing great. Oh, it's also the best reviewed John Wick at 93 certified fresh, and that actually went up 1 point. So as they point out here, the last movie, John Wick 3, posted 5.9 million in Thursday previews, which turned into a 22 million opening day and a franchise record domestic opening of 56 million back in May 2019. The threequel finaled at 171 million domestic and 328 million worldwide, becoming the highest grossing installment in a 588 million grossing franchise. The marvel of this R-rated Keanu Reeves series, which has the actor once again reteaming with his Matrix co-star Lawrence Fishburne, has always been how it started off small in theaters, 43 domestic and 86 million worldwide, and mushroomed thanks to a great life in its home entertainment window into a box office behemoth. So 86 million. That's I said 75 million. So I was a little off. But what happened with this movie? That is an interesting story, right? It blew up in the home entertainment sector, and that's what blew this franchise up. So it made its money back on Blu-ray and DVD, which is something that movies can't do anymore, by the way, because the sales for those have dropped so drastically thanks to streaming. That used to be a place for movies to rebound, was in home entertainment, but now thanks to streaming, the physical media stuff where a movie can rebound, that's not going to happen anymore. It's a shame. I love physical media. I still buy physical media. Actually, I have a lot of 4K Blu-rays. I upgrade movies as new formats come out, usually my favorites. But I have like a very nice DVD, Blu-ray, 4K Blu-ray collection. And I'm not going to part with them ever because I don't trust companies not to edit out offensive material from older movies. I don't want edited older movies. I want them as they were made. I hate that shit so much. They're doing it with books now, too. You don't think they're going to do it with streaming movies? You're naive. They've already been doing it. Disney Plus has done it several times. And they've tried to do some bullshit with Back to the Future 2 on Netflix. Remember that? And I did a video on that, and they quickly fixed it. I wonder if they would have done that if no one had said anything. Look at Home Alone 2. They've taken Trump out of the movie. Like him or not, who cares? Like that, he was in the movie. He should stay in the movie. Anyway, that's a little off rant there, but I'm serious. If you love a movie and it's something you watch yearly or every couple of years, you should definitely buy the physical version of it. It's just, take it for what it is. But yeah, this movie, so the third one made $328 million. I wonder what this movie will do. What will this movie end up making in the theaters? This could have been Disney's money. Disney could have been making this money. They're not making it. They've decided to go full woke with their bullshit. You know, another good thing about this, and I hope this movie does do well, is that it's R-rated. We don't get enough good adult movies anymore like this, like big tentpole R-rated movies. It's always nice when a movie like this does good because it encourages studios to make R-rated movies again. So, you know, I think this is interesting, and it'll be good for Keanu, good guy Keanu Reeves out there. So we shall see. I'm sure it'll be good. All these movies have been good. And as it makes money, I look forward to Disney tears. Anyway, let me know what you guys think. Also, if you would, please like, subscribe, share the video. Make sure you're still subscribed to that notification bell. Check out my Rumble and Locals, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace. Make sure to check out my Locals. There's a link in the description. It's a fun community that I'm trying to build over here. If you don't want to support me on YouTube, you can come over here. None of that money goes to YouTube. You also can just come over here for free. But if you are a supporter over here, I do plan on doing an extra live stream once a month and throwing links to the supporters so you can actually come on and have a supporter live stream with me. Also, it's a good place to catch all of my content. You don't have to worry about notifications like YouTube. They'll definitely work over here. So come check out my Locals.